eyewitness weather forecast.
Just about 6:08 on this very busy Friday evening. I'm meteorologist Ron Reed, tracking more lake effect snow, extreme cold, and that winter storm for late in the weekend. Let's first take a live look at downtown Utica, where we're currently dealing with cloudy skies. Temperature 11 degrees, and those clouds are about to bring in a few snow showers within even the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. But when you factor in that wind, it feels significantly colder. So temperatures across the area, as I mentioned at the top of the show, hanging on to the single digits, the upper half of the single digits from the valley on toward the south, with the exception of Camden and Utica, both at 11 degrees, Johnstown at 10 as well. Up toward the north, still around 2 to 8 degrees. That's above zero. But when you factor in that wind, it's coming in out of the west and northwest right now, around 15 to 20, 25 miles an hour, and occasionally higher gusts. We are seeing feels like factors anywhere from 7 to 17 degrees below zero already. Old Forge taking the cake on that one at minus 17, with again that temperature at 2 above. So when it's that cold, it doesn't take much wind to kind of just add to that chill factor. So that's the reason why we have a cold weather advisory that you want to be prepared for. It goes into effect at 7 p.m. this evening and stays through 10 a.m. tomorrow from the valley on toward the south. Up toward the north, it's an extreme cold warning where you could see wind chill values as low as 25 to 35 below zero. Down toward the south, we're looking at minus 10 to minus 25. The extreme cold warning goes, I should mention, until 1 p.m. So temperatures area-wide overnight tonight will be in either the single or double digits below zero, as low as minus 19 in both Lowville and Old Forge. We will see those snow showers through about 9 to 10 p.m. this evening, and then we'll see clearing toward and after midnight. Either way, it's very cold with, again, feels like factors around minus 25 to minus 30 on average, especially in rural countryside areas. And the winds out of the northwest are what we have to thank for that. And we also have this reinforcing shot of cold air. So as I mentioned, in downtown Utica, you're going to be seeing that snow in the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Same thing over toward Deerfield, Vernon, Verona, Sherrill getting in on it right now. Same thing in Rome and Sylvan Beach. So that's another cold front moving through. And then the stage is set for that next storm system as we head through the weekend, which is down into getting into Texas and portions of New Mexico as well. And then we've got high pressure that moved in from Canada into the Midwest, supplying the cold air through most of the country. Here locally, we do have a winter storm warning from Sunday morning through Tuesday morning. That's mainly for Lewis County until Tuesday morning. The rest of us will see it expire on Monday. The reason why it expires a little bit later there is because of the lake effect snow that will be behind this system, kind of the backlash of that. So Futurecast looks quiet tomorrow. We will actually see some sunshine. It just won't help out a lot. And then we'll see that snow developing from south to north as we head through Sunday between about 7 to 10 a.m. The worst of it looks to be between about noon and 4 p.m. And those yellow colors that you see further toward the south especially will be snowfall rates 1, 2, 3 inches an hour. And it'll be a light, fluffier snow. So that's kind of the good news. It's not a heavier, wetter snow because the temperatures will only be in the teens. The winter storm severity index highest off toward the south. That's where you'll see the greatest travel impacts, and that's going to be the main impact. Ice and wind, not so concerned about that. Make sure you are prepared if you do have to travel, expecting as much as 6 to 12 inches well to the north of the valley, from the valley on toward the south, 12 to 18, and maybe slightly higher than that. The good news is that we do eventually quiet things down for most of next week, other than Wednesday when there could be a few snow showers. It just remains cold and windy. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Happy Friday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Ron Reed, tracking extreme cold to start the weekend and a winter storm to end it. So let's first take a look at our almanac for the day. That 21 is, while it's still below average by 10 degrees, that occurred early this morning, right around, if not just after midnight, that we had a series of cold fronts move through, and that's what caused the low of 8 degrees, and we're going to be even lower than that as we head toward and past midnight tonight. The average high for this time of year, keep in mind, 31, so we were 10 degrees shy of that, and the average low even is 15, and we were still below that. We'll be closer to minus 15 in some cases, and even more so with that wind chill. Most of us feeling around like minus 18, which is the record low. Obviously, we won't be there temperature-wise, but we will come close to it in some spots. And our record high, wouldn't that be nice? 68 degrees set back in 1906, 120 years ago. Obviously, not anywhere near that for the next couple of days, even through the 7-day forecast. And even that's well above average for the season. We'll be well below average tonight, and that's part of the reason why we have that extreme cold warning through 1 p.m. on Saturday to the north of the Thruway corridor, where you could see wind chills levels as low as 25 to 35, maybe 40 below zero. As you head toward the south, not much relief there. Still seeing wind chill values between 10 and 25 below zero overnight tonight. And that cold weather advisory, I should say, in that light blue should go through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And temperatures themselves, as I mentioned, around maybe the single digits toward the south, double digits up toward the north. That's below zero. But when you factor in that wind, it'll feel as much as, again, minus 20 to minus 35, maybe minus 40 extreme cases below zero with that early snow shower threat. Our sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 7:28. And even though it will be brutally cold tomorrow, the bright spot literally is that we will have some sunshine out there. That's before the winter storm moves in on Sunday. So area wide, we do have a winter storm warning that starts up between 1 and 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then the expiration time for most of us is at some point during the day on Monday, with the exception of Lewis County, where, of course, because of the lake effects now on the backside of this storm system, you do have that winter storm warning going all the way through 7 a.m. on Tuesday morning, and that's for snowfall that could be as much as 6 to 8 inches plus in a 24-hour period. I'll have that accumulation map coming up in just a second. So we're seeing clearing skies during the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures dipping well below zero because of that, and the northwesterly wind is what we have to thank for that as well. And again, through your Saturday, not seeing much of any cloud cover, but at least there will be some sunshine, even though temperatures themselves struggling to get into the single digits, may not even get to zero. So the north tomorrow, but feeling like well below zero when you factor in that wind throughout the entire day. Winds out of the northwest at around 7 to 13 miles an hour as well. And then we skip ahead to Sunday. The snow starts from south to north, generally between about 7 to 11 a.m. And thereafter, it doesn't take long for it to get heavier. It looks like the heaviest occurs between about noon and 4 p.m. The winter storm severity index highest to the south, where you could see the higher snowfall amounts. Obviously, the biggest impact going to be roadway travel. Even as we head into Monday morning, I would anticipate school closings and delays. Don't travel if you don't have to, but make sure you are prepared if you need to. 12 to 18 inches looks likely, and maybe even up to 2 feet in portions of Chenango and Otsego counties. Thankfully, next week we do quiet down for most of it, with the exception of a couple of snow shower chances. It just remains cold, even during the day. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. When we come back, local